What's up, YouTube? This is Anthony at Ontario Firewood Resource. There's a question that a lot of people have. Should you cover your firewood from the rain and the snow? Well, the answer is it's optional. You can do that. It's going to help you a little bit, but it's not going to make the biggest difference. The whole thing with your wood is you want to have it getting that airflow, getting that heat, and having low moisture conditions or low humidity conditions so that your wood can dry. When you have your wood stacked outside in the winter, in the spring and fall, moisture getting on your wood when it's raining or snowing is not going to affect you that much. It's going to help if you actually cover it over the top. Yes, it's best to have it nice and dry when you bring it in the house when you're about to use it, because that moisture will take away a little bit of the heat. But what you can even do is bring your wood in ahead of time and let it dry off. If you just have some snow on the wood and it's been cold enough that the snow hasn't melted and formed ice on top of the wood, then you can just dust it off. It's okay, bring it inside. When you have where there's snow on top of the firewood and it's been a little bit warm out and it's thawed a bit, that'll actually turn into ice once it starts getting cold again. So it's going to be harder to get that ice off. So it's best to try and keep it without having the snow on it. So you can put a cover over the top, but of course never ever cover your firewood, especially if it's still wet or green, because the firewood is not going to get the air circulation that it needs to dry. It has to be opened up. It has to have breeze blowing through it to take the moisture away with it as the wind blows. Another trick you can do to keep your firewood dry, let's say you're not covering it, what you can do is you can leave the wood bark side up. Remember, the bark of the tree is a natural barrier of fluids. It's helping keep the moisture inside the wood so that the tree doesn't dry out. That's the purpose of the bark. So what you can do is when you stack your wood, you can stack it bark side up, right? Some of these are on an angle here, but generally I try to have the bark up. Like see over here. Now I have these wood in these IBC totes, and when you stack them one on top of the other, it's a good way of keeping the wood covered on top. I'll show you a good example. I actually have an open crate over here where you could see the wood on top of the crate. A lot of people use these, and some people don't stack the wood, or they don't stack the IBC totes. So if you just put it bark side up, then that's going to help you keep your wood dry. And even the wood that rains on the bark and trickles off it, it's just going to kind of dissipate through the rest of it, and it's not really going to soak it. And then of course when you're using these, when you say they've been sitting for a while, that's the wood that you're going to be bringing in to use. So that's the wood that you're going to want to keep as dry as possible, unless you're going to bring it inside and have it dry first for you. But that water getting inside the wood is not going to be a huge problem for you, because most of the moisture is inside the wood. It's not on the outside. The outside of the wood will dry first, right? And then it's the moisture that's inside the center going right through from end to end. That's the moisture that's going to take a while to get out. Even on the outside here, it's going to be a lot drier than on the inside, right? So just think the whole outside, all the outside edges of the wood doesn't really matter if you get moisture on it. It's the moisture inside that's really the problem. So consider like snow and rain when it's falling on top of your wood. Consider that just temporary moisture that will be gone as long as it's not sitting and as long as it's not being moist the whole time. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Anthony at Ontario Firewood Resource, and like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Continue to watch. Lots of videos coming. Thank you.